Hi everybody, I'm Randy.
And I'm Diane.
One of the things that people always tell you is that there's no free camping in Florida like you have out west. Well, then what's this?
I know. We did find some free camping and take a look.
This is our campsite. It cost us nothing, and we've been here for the last couple of days. We're actually going to stay here 3 days. You can stay up to 7 days consecutively, and then you have to leave, and then you can come back, and there's a limit to how many times per month you can do that. I think you can only do 14 days total per month. So basically, you can't stay here all the time, is what they're trying to tell you.
Right. And I don't think you'd want to anyway.
Yeah, it is a nice campground. It's fairly quiet, but there are quite a few people. This is public land. It belongs to the water department, and so a lot of people use it for exercise. There's a road through here, and people walk in and out on it all the time. This campground holds maybe 5 designated campsites, which isn't too bad.
Well, this area, and then there is a second area as well.
Right, and it's about the same size.
Right.
It's about 5 campsites on the other one. So we're going to show you around here a little bit of what our campsite looks like. Our campsite comes with 2 dogs. Well, they came with us actually, so I guess they really didn't come with 2 dogs. But we have, we have 2 noisy dogs.
Well, one noisy dog.
One dog who wants to show off. You put the camera on Monty, and he just wants to show off. Monty. He thinks it's time for a walk. He's getting wound up.
And Zephyr's trying to make him be quiet. Or get him to play or something.
Get him in line, Zephyr. Put him in line. All right, are you done for a couple minutes? Can we start this over? Our campsite has a picnic table. We actually have 2 picnic tables. Apparently one from one of the other campsites has been moved over here. We have a fire pit. We have a nice oak tree for shade. It's really nice. Now there are no hookups. This is boondocking, or primitive camping as they call it. So we've had to rely on our batteries. As you can kind of tell today, it's a little overcast, so we're not getting any solar. And the spot we picked, because the day we got here was fairly sunny, our solar panels have been blocked quite a bit with the sun. But we're only staying 3 days, and we can do that off our batteries without an issue. So that hasn't been a problem. Now, you just can't show up here and camp. You actually have to reserve these campsites. You can reserve them 30 days out in advance, but you cannot reserve the campsite the same day you want to be here. So you have to at least reserve it 24 hours ahead of time. And you have to get a permit. Now, they will email you this permit once you reserve the campsite, and you're supposed to display this on the dash of your vehicle to let them know that you're supposed to be here. There are typical campground rules that you have to follow, and they're also going to send you a gate code, because this campground is gated off so that not everybody can just drive back here, which is good because it gives you a little more level of security. The campground is geared up for primitive camping, anything from a tent camper to like us in our Airstream. You could come back here with a larger rig, at least in this one. We're over into the other campground. There was a couple of Class B vans and another trailer over there. I don't even think it was even as big as ours. But you could come back here with a 5th wheel if you had the most, be able to select whatever site. You'd have to come in and circle around and drive around and come out to get your site. We weren't alone here for most of the weekend. There was a few tenters in one of the other sites right next to us. They were fairly quiet. We were quiet, so it worked out quite well. I did mention that there were people here camping in tents. There is an outhouse here that you can use, or a porta potty. I wouldn't use it. No. This is the road coming into the campsite. The road is about a mile long. It is very flat and very easy to come down with the trailer. We had no issues getting in here. But I will tell you that before I came back here with the trailer, I walked it. And I wanted to make sure that there was a place back here that I could get the trailer into, and if needed, turn it around and get out. A lot of the road is fairly narrow, and I don't think I could turn the trailer around on the road, but you know, as you can see in the campsite area, there's plenty of room to do that. As you can see, there are two campgrounds here. One is called equestrian camping. The other one is called primitive camping. We have not seen any horses here, so I'm assuming that people do come back here with their horses and stay, but we haven't seen any. There are also hiking and biking and horse riding trails throughout here. I've been told that some of these trails are pretty scenic. One person that I talked to as I was walking through here said that there's a loop trail up here. It's about 2 miles or so long that takes you all around some of the waterways, and he said there's even a little waterfalls on it. So that seemed kind of neat. We haven't checked out all the hiking trails. We did take this path past the campground, and it actually goes into a residential area. There's another gate on that end that is locked, but people can walk in from that side. So walking through, it's probably 1.5 miles from one end to the other. As you can see, this is the primitive campground. The other campground is called equestrian. And there's a fair amount of space here. Like I said, I think you could get maybe 5 different campers in here. There is a small pavilion in the center with a picnic table that could be used or shared or part of somebody's campsite. Fire rings are available at every site. We've been at this campground for a couple of nights. Our total stay is going to be 3 nights. This worked out really well for us because we needed a place to stay due to Hurricane Ian, and the campground that we had reservations at had canceled us. Right. So we were able to get in here and spend a few nights, and it helped the budget being free.
Right, being free. Yeah, it was okay for a couple of days. I'm not sure I'd want to stay any length of time. You really are surrounded. You're not really out in the woods. If you go over a little ways that way, or, you know, more...
either side, really.
Either side. It's residential area.
Yeah, there's a school over here.
Right.
There's houses right over there.
Right.
This is protected land within that, which is nice because it won't ever get built on or built up.
Right. But for a couple of days, it was fine. At first, we were a little hesitant about coming back here. We really didn't know what we were getting into. But Randy walked back and figured it was okay for a couple of days. So we drove the Airstream back, and it's worked out fine. And we just wanted to let everybody know that in Florida, you can find some free camping. And it is dry camping, which... if you have, you know, a rig, you probably have all the amenities anyway that
Right.
you would need.
Right, right. And there are more places like this in Florida than just this one. I've looked on Campanium, and they're all across the state. We actually had a reservation a couple years ago that we didn't use down near Miami, and there was a same type of thing, conservation area or campground like this that we could come into. You get a gate code, you make reservations for it, and there are other ones in this area. So I wouldn't be surprised that pretty much throughout the state you could find something like this. And it's a great little way to extend your camping budget or have a backup plan like we needed for when you are traveling and you have questionable whether you will be able to be at a certain site because of weather conditions or whatever.
Right.
This worked out well for us,
Right.
and we would recommend it.
Right. So if you like this short video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, Zephyr Travels.
Hit that bell for notifications. We post new videos on a weekly basis, and every now and then a special video just like this.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Did I already say that?
You already said that.
Oh, never mind.
Well, no, don't never mind about
Oh,
subscribing
yeah.
to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Just never mind that she said it twice.
Right. Anyway.
Anyway, we'll see you down the road,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
That's right.
Let's not waste time, we'll take this slow.